So where do you stand on the Lisbon Treaty?
Well, the Lisbon Treaty is a charter for the big business elites and the military-industrial complex to dominate and control Europe, and to erode democracy, to privatise our public services, to undermine workers' rights, and to further militarise the European Union. And that's why I hope people once again will come out and vote against it.
So you would argue that would directly affect workers' rights and workers' pay?
There's no doubt it will. I mean, the treaty is littered with references about the need to remove what they call distortions to the market. It also has provisions which prevent state aid to particular industries and to particular services. All of those things will undermine our public services and undermine workers' rights, because the right to do business and make profit trumps workers' rights and the right of a state to prioritise certain public services.
Do you think that the Irish Constitution and Irish law does a good job at the moment of protecting and defending Irish workers' rights?
I would have to say no, I don't. I think that it's up to people to defend their rights, and I think the Irish government are as guilty as the European Union of trying to undermine those rights. But the rights we have were won through struggle. The struggle to found this state in the first place, the struggles of people like James Connolly and James Larkin, the trade union movement that fought for those rights. But all of those rights that Irish people have battled for over the years will be undermined if we pass Lisbon.
Did you know that the Lisbon Treaty makes 144 references to banks and the banking system and only 35 references to citizens and citizenship? What do you think of that?
Well, I didn't know about the exact figures, although I have read the Lisbon Treaty. I didn't count those references. But there's absolutely no doubt that the Lisbon Treaty prioritises the rights of business, the rights of banks, the rights of corporations over those of ordinary citizens and workers.
And just to finish off, with the existence of NAFTA, which is a multi-country union, and the European Union, which is growing ever larger, and ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is also a union of sorts, do you foresee in the future all these unions come together in one large union?
No, what worries me is that we're seeing a consolidation of major power blocks that are involved in global competition to control resources and involved in ruthless military and political competition with one another. So what I fear is that the process that we're seeing with NAFTA, with the European Union and other blocks elsewhere is precisely the sort of dynamic that led to the First and Second World Wars. So it's a recipe for intensified military and political conflict, and I think all the military aspects of Lisbon, if you like, confirm that. And so I think what we have to say in opposing Lisbon is we want a demilitarised, peaceful Europe. We want a Europe that prioritises health and education and workers' rights. And I think if we do that and lead by example, we might encourage forces in the United States and elsewhere in the world to fight for the same things against their elites.
What would you say to the idea that Lisbon is essentially part of the ongoing transfer of power and control away from ordinary citizens towards an elite, leading to a new world order?
Yeah, well, I think there's no doubt that that's what Lisbon does. It gives more and more power to unelected bodies such as the Commission. It facilitates privatisation of services and industry in all sectors of the economy, which means taking those areas of human endeavour out of public control and putting them into the hands of corporate elites. And that undermines democracy in itself. And also, of course, it puts considerable power and resources into the hands of military elites. And clearly there's very little relationship between militarism and democracy.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.